Hello everyone, we are back. Welcome back to this channel. Today's question is going to be all about how to connect with children, especially when you don't know them yet, and how can we build a relationship with them. So I invited Tabi one more time because she has given us so much advice and knowledge, and she just shared her experience from the past. So if you haven't checked out the other videos, make sure you do that, and if you already checked them out, just keep watching. So Tabi, what would be your biggest advice to connect with children, especially if you don't know them yet?
Well, over the last almost 8 years, Becky, I've had to connect with a lot of kids. I've worked with many different families, and those families having multiple children or more children being born into the family as I've worked with them. So connecting with children is simple, but it's not easy. It takes time, and some kids are easier than others. Some connect faster than others. Some connect stronger than others. And then again, as they get older, that connection changes, and it's something that constantly has to be changing and growing. So I don't ever just connect with the child and then for the rest of the time I'm with that family, we have a great relationship and bond. You have to consistently work on it. So my biggest thing is when you go into a family, these are very simple tips, but very practical. I would say that anyone likes to connect with someone that's fun and that's pleasant. And so something that's really simple, if you're nervous about being able to connect with the children, any kid loves someone that's fun, joyful, and pleasant. So those are simple tips, but walk in with a smile, be friendly, and be genuine. Kids can pick up on if you're genuine or if you're freaking out inside or if you're like upset or if you're really nervous. So before you go into the home, I even for the first couple of weeks, I'll even just sit in my car and I'll be like, I'm going to be in a great mood today. Because kids can pick up on our moods. And so something that creates that bond is just being friendly and being pleasant. And I think we've talked about that in one of the videos before. But that's the first tip, is just walking in, being a pleasant person to be around, being happy, smiling. Smiling has no boundaries or no language differences. When a child sees someone smiling at them, they want to connect and relate to that person. Yes.
Absolutely,
So that's pretty simple and very basic. And a lot of times girls will be like, or au pairs or nannies will be like, oh, okay, I guess I'll do that, but that's a no-brainer. But really, it's such a big thing. And really with any connections, any bond you're trying to build, being friendly and being pleasant is huge.
Right.
So that's where I would start off first. And then investing in that child. So getting on their level, talking to them. If you want to create a bond with someone, get to know what they like. If they're toddlers, find their favorite toys, tickle them if they like to be tickled, read books to them if they like to read books. Find what they love and do it with them. They're going to build a bond with you in a relationship if you're doing what they love. So that's a little trick that works with any age. If they're 13 years old and they love to go on runs or ride their bike, get on a bike and ride it with them. If they like to play outside and throw a football, go throw a football with them. Like that's how you will build that relationship. And it's very simple to do. Just watch the kids, see what they like doing, and do it with them. If you don't really see them doing anything but they're older kids, ask them what they like to do, and maybe you could take them to go do that. If they really like to go swimming, maybe you can take them to the neighborhood pool, or you can ask their parents if we could go to the water park or something. But if the kid doesn't like swimming, it would be good to know so that you're not like taking them to the water park or something, because then they'll start resenting you. You're doing things that they don't like. So let's move over into the negatives. If you're not paying attention to what the child likes and you're doing a bunch of things that either makes them uncomfortable, or if they're older that they just don't like, that's going to break the bond in the relationship. So it goes both ways. Pay attention to what they like and what they don't like, and really just, I would say, like, feed those things. If they enjoy certain activities, do those with them. If they say that they don't like that, don't force them to do that. Like, just, it sounds simple, but really finding what they love is going to create that bond and doing it with them.
I mean, the first point was just finding, like, being joyful and
Yes.
being happy, and
Yes.
you just bring the, a good attitude.
Yes.
And then the second thing was just trying to find out what they like, and I think that's so important because every child, just loves something else. So you cannot
Yes.
it's like, well, I like this, and then you just go with that statement.
It's
So
not
that's
about
like-
what we like to do.
Right. It's about what they're like, and
Yes.
just asking a lot of questions and just showing interest. And I think
Yes.
that makes a big difference. Also, like when I first, for example, had interviews with families, and I was trying to find a connection with that boy, or with the children. I was trying to find good questions and asking a lot of questions to like really feel if I can connect with that
Yes.
with that
Yes.
child.
And like I said, some kids will connect right away.
Yes.
And other ones, they just take a little bit.
Absolutely. And sometimes you just connect with one child more than with the other, and that's completely
Yes.
fine. Like, everyone has
It
their
is
own
normal.
personality.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very normal. And I think never write a child off because you're not connecting right away. So
Mhm.
never be like, oh man, we're never going to have a good relationship.
Yeah.
Because that's just not true.
Mhm.
Some kids are a little leery to trust you or to hang out with you just because you're taking the place of mom and dad during the day, or you're taking the place of them at bedtime. Sometimes that's going to be a negative thing for them, and you're going to be in a position where they may not like you. That's where you can kind of find what they do love and at least do those things with them.
Mhm.
And they'll naturally love you for that. Even if they don't always show it or say it, I do know that every kid wants someone to do activities with them.
Yes.
So, and just be consistent. I mean, we've talked about that in other videos as well. Just being consistent with them. Try to always be the same person around them. We
Mhm.
can be very moody people, especially because we're girls. But I feel like too, we have rough days, we have bad days. It's not wrong for them to see us on bad days, but kids really take that stuff to heart.
Mhm.
And so being balanced when you're around them, and just sometimes you have to fake it. Sometimes you do have to be in a good mood for them. They can learn to rely on you. If your mood is constantly changing, expect their mood to constantly be changing,
Right.
because you're setting the atmosphere for the
Yes.
day.
Mhm.
And your job is to take care of them and help the day go smoothly. That means for the 8 hours you're at work, you should put a smile on your face and put your best foot forward. And then when you
Yeah.
get home at night, have your moods, have your time, but make sure the kids aren't feeling all of that different change or
Right.
like your attitude for the day.
Yeah.
Try to keep it very consistent on who you are so that they can
Yeah.
trust.
Mhm.
If you're having an off day, if they're old enough, you can say, oh, today I'm just not feeling that great.
Yeah.
But little kids don't know how to deal with that. So it's
Mhm.
very important to show up in the same demeanor every day.
I love that you when you wake up, you set yourself, you prepare yourself for that day. And like, even when you don't feel good, like, you just like taking the time aside where you really take care of yourself, because it's not gonna help.
Exactly. Doing that on the back end of like, but making sure the kids don't feel that, because the kids sometimes will take on, you say you're having a rough day because of the night before, and they'll think it's their fault. And so
Mhm.
it's very important to communicate that to them, like if you're not feeling well, to tell
Mhm.
them that you're just not feeling well.
Right.
And kind of communicate that's why you're acting different, because kids will pick up when you're acting
Yes.
different. And sometimes they'll think that you're upset with them when you're really upset with someone else, but you're kind of acting upset, so they think it's on them. And sometimes they'll start reacting and acting out, and you're
Mhm.
like, what's going on, when it's really you've changed
Mhm.
and they don't know what to do. So
Right.
when you're creating a bond in a relationship, it's important for you to be consistent in who you are around children.
Mm-hmm. And I think that a lot what you said is just communicating to
Yes.
them how you feel, because then they also know that you're only a human being, and it's okay
Yes.
to feel that. It's okay to not always
Yes.
be happy, but like letting them know, hey, today I don't have a good day, or today, like
Well,
not telling them any like details or something,
Right.
but like still tell them, hey, I have emotions too, and it's okay.
Yes.
Like whenever they have emotions, they feel, all right, well, I can relate to
Yes.
that person too.
And sometimes I'll walk in and be like, today I'm just kind of sad. And they'll be like,
Mhm.
oh, why are you sad? And
Right.
I might say something, or I just be like, oh, I just am. But now I'm going to be happy.
Mhm.
And like sometimes I'll even say those things to them, and that puts me even in a better mood. But they're able to see kids are learning.
Yes,
so
empathy.
you're
They're learning.
teaching them
Yeah,
what to
absolutely.
do.
Uh-huh. All right, well, that's all what we got today. I'm so thankful that you're here today one more time. And
Yes.
yeah,
It was so fun. Thank you for having me again. And if y'all have any questions, as always, please just let us know. We would love to answer. Never hesitate to ask us anything. We were exactly where you are right now. And we asked for help, we learned, and we have so much advice or even just a listening ear if you ever need anything.
Yes, just drop them in the comments and don't be afraid to ask. This is the only way how we learn to learn new things and to figure out things. We're all in this together, and yeah.
Good luck!
All right, if you like this video, don't forget to subscribe and don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, and we'll see you soon.
Bye.
Bye.